Heel escape. Ready? And open ready. Hi everybody. So we're going to get started today. We're going to do some warm-ups and then we're going to do a couple different things today. But we're going to start off with some nice warm-ups first. Alright? So let's put our hands and feet together. Let's do some jumping jacks. Ready? Begin. And Yame. Straddle stance, arms in a circle, backwards, swinging them out, back, angles, angles, stretch down, grab your ankles, stretch in the middle, stretch to the right, stretch to the left, back to the center, back up again, hands on your belt, head up and down, right and left. I want you to tilt your head to the left and to the right. Shoulders in a circle forward. Backwards. Good. Now, we're going to do an exercise we call scooping water. We're going to pretend to be scooping water and throwing it over our shoulder, right? So ready? Scoop and throw. Breathe out as you scoop. And one more. Let's do the other side. Twist over. Twist. That's it. Twist. Twist. You're throwing it up and back. Twist. And one more. Twist. Good. Legs out wider. We're going to reach back between our legs. We're going to go back as far as we can each time. We're going to count 1, 2. Then we're going to come up and we're going to push on our hips, pushing forward, which stretches out the front of the legs. And that's going to be 3, 4. So 1, 2 stretches out the back of the legs. 3, 4 stretches out the front of the legs. Okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each knee, san, shi. Each knee, san, shi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to reach back a little further each time. 3, 4. Each knee, san, shi. Each knee, san, shi. Each knee, san, shi. Shift over to the side. Put your hand on your knee. Stretch it down and up. Go a little lower now. Down. Good. Take this fist, put it on the floor. Get really low. Stretch it out. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Here we go. Down and up. Down. A little lower and up. Fist on the ground. Down. Stretch it way out. And up. Good. Legs wide, facing front. Stretch down in the middle. Get down a little lower. Over to the right side. Over to the left side. Back down the center. A little bit wider. Stretch down the middle. And have a seat. Feet together. Pull them in tight. Bottoms of your feet touching. Let's flap up and down. That's it. Flap them up and down. Pull them in tight. Grab your ankles. Arms on your legs, on your knees. Push down, lean forward. Try to touch the knees to the floor. Good. Move your feet out a few inches. Grab the bottom of your feet. Pull your head down towards your toes. Exhale. Good. Legs wide. Go down to the right. Hold it. Down to the left. Hold it. Back over to the right. And the left. Stretch to the center. Legs wider. all the way down, stretch it out. All right, good, and up. Okay, so we're going to talk about and work on a few hand techniques today. And these techniques are pretty much used for severe self-defense. What I mean by that is, this is not, you know, a bully on a schoolyard kind of thing. This is somebody who maybe is a, you know, a big person, an adult, or someone who is attacking, right? And so these are serious attacks. So we need to use serious defenses sometimes, right? So the first technique we're going to use is a ridge hand strike. So in a ridge hand strike, we're going to strike on the thumb side. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our thumb in, and we're going to strike with this edge of the thumb, of the hand I mean, this side of the hand. So you're going to kind of tuck it in and kind of turn your hand down. You want to hit up this part of the hand, right? Now, when you throw a ridge hand strike, a formal ridge hand strike, when we practice it, we bring a hand behind us actually here. And we twist the hips, and the hand comes up. Now, it's not a straight arm strike. That's not going to be real strong. What we want to do is we want to have a whip action to it. So at the end, you got this part at the end. So you're going to kind of come up and strike this way, right? And drive it up this way. So bring it all the way back. Ready? Height. And again, height. All the way back. Ready? Height. And again, ready? Height. And again, ready? Height. Let's try the other side. Bring it all the way back behind you. Ready? Height. 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 And height. So if we were to use this on a person, we would usually come into the neck, or if we were more to the side, into the throat area. So again, these are not techniques we're going to use. These are not techniques that we're going to use for a bully on the street. These are techniques that we're going to use in real self-defense if we have to get away from someone, right? So, it can also be done to the temple area, right? Now, you don't need to throw it. We teach it from all the way back here. Sometimes in sparring, I'll have someone use a ridge hand strike right from here. Bam! Right? Right from there. This winds up and it takes too long. On the street, it's going to probably be someplace in between. It may be here. Bam! And you're going to come up. So wherever you're at, you're going to come here. Bam! You know, you're not going to have time to go all the way behind you, but you learn it that way so that you get the maximum amount of power and twist into it. Automatically under stress, everything shortens up and speeds up. So when you get stressed out with adrenaline stress, which would happen in a real attack, everything tends to shorten. So this becomes even shorter, right? So you want to practice it like full motion, so that that's what's programmed into your head, and you have a better chance of having a strong strike. So that's called a ridge hand, right? So we also have a strike called a spear hand strike. So a spear hand strike is using the tips of the fingers, right? Actually using it's called a nukite strike, using the tips of the fingers. This is done two ways. When your fingers are tight together, it's almost always a strike that you're going to throw to the throat. You know, you see sometimes people driving into the solar plexus area, and if your hands are not conditioned for that, it's not going to be very powerful, and you may actually hurt your hands with it, right? So this is into the soft part of the throat where you're going to be driving it in, okay? Now the second way that you can throw a nukite strike is with the fingers spread out, right? So where do you think that's going? To the eyes, right? It's going to the eyes. So again, dangerous situation, but I'm driving straight into the eyes, right? From here, and it doesn't. Again, this doesn't have to be really powerful. Maybe somebody grabs you, right? You don't have a lot of time for a lot of stuff, but a little quick strike to the eyes might be enough. They reach up. Your reflex, your body reflex, when somebody does that is this, right? That's a body reflex. If they're holding on to you and you do that, they let go for a second, almost always. Now's your chance to get away, right? So it's a strike to the eye. So that would be a nukite strike with the fingers spread. Now there's another way we can use our hands that's a little different than these, which is called a flat fist. It's called a hiraken. But basically a flat fist strike, we bend our knuckles, instead of a full fist, we bend them at the second knuckle joint, and we strike with the tips of the second knuckle. So just try that, and then squeeze your thumb to squeeze it all together tight, right? Try it now, and just have your hand out, and so we're striking with the second knuckle joint. So see how it's flat? That's why it's called a flat fist. So if we're striking with a flat fist strike, it's usually done to one or two places. Usually either the philtrum, which is below just between the nose and the upper lip. The problem, it's a great target. The problem with that, it's a small target. It's easy to miss it, right? Especially in combat with everything moving around. But usually it's used to the throat, right in here to the throat. Sometimes if the person was really close to you, it could be thrown upside down, inverted into the throat, right? And using your whole body, like an uppercut, but driving that flat fist up into the throat area, right? Guy's got you in close, bam. And you're using your body more than your arm to get some power into it and extend it, right? That's called a flat fist. All right, so what I want you guys to do is to, if you have your karate gloves handy, I want you to put them on. If you don't, it's okay, you don't have to do it, but if you have them handy, put them on. We're going to work on some techniques on the dummy. Okay, so we worked on doing a combination of before where we stepped in and we did a spinning back fist, right? I think most of you know that one, right? But we'll just review it, and then we're going to build on that and add more techniques to it. So I'm not sure the proper angle here. So if I'm out here, I'm going to step in, throw my jab up high, come around, and strike this way. Now, this is not a self-defense technique. You don't want to be spinning on the street doing self-defense, right? But it's a good sparring technique. It can work in sparring. But here's the thing. In sparring, you don't want to make contact to the guy, right? Because you're going to be disqualified or you're going to hurt your buddy, right? So what we want to always do is we need to make sure we turn the head before the strike comes in. We have to be able to see, right? We have to be able to see where it's coming from, where it's going, I should say. So this would be a blind technique. It wouldn't be legal in sparring, right? I couldn't see where I was going with it, right? So I need to make sure my head turns that I can see. So watch again here. So from here, I throw the jab, I throw the spinning back fist, right? From this side, I come here. Now, if I were going to use this in sparring, I would want to be in what we call a closed stance. So if I'm facing this guy and my left foot is forward, right, I want him to have his right foot forward, right? So if his right foot's forward, I want to be. I have that absolutely wrong because I don't have a real partner here. If my partner was standing like this, let me put it this way: if my partner was standing like this, I want to be standing with my left foot forward because I want to come in to the back side. I want to come into this side, not to this side because his hands are here, right? So if I throw the jab and he blocks the jab, it's easy for him to block the second one. But if the second one is coming from this side, it's harder for him to stop it or to block it, right? So I come in and I come over here. Now, so let's say that you try this a couple of times in a sparring match, right? And the guy, maybe you get it in once, maybe he blocks it or whatever. So you go to do it a second time, he's going to maybe expect it, right? So the third time you try it, you switch it up a little bit. So what you do is you come in here and you do this, but you follow it up with a reverse punch. So now let's say he's here and he goes like this. He says, oh, I see it. He brings his hand up and you come in here. It's almost like thinking about it, well, if I just stepped in and threw a back fist rear punch, right? It's almost the same thing, but I'm doing it from the spinning position. Okay? So I'm spinning into it from there. All right? So again, I come in from here, I jab, 1, 2, right? Again, try not to, if it's sparring, I'm trying not to make that contact. So now I'm kind of he's kind of used to what I'm doing. So what typically happens if I attack somebody, what do they usually do? Maybe they try to block. What else do? They usually take a step back, right? They usually back up. When I'm charging into attack, they usually will back up. So I'm going to pretend this guy takes a step back this time. So I come in, I throw 1, 2, oh, boom, and I throw my roundhouse kick right behind my reverse punch because he's expecting it now, right? I've done it a couple of times. So from here, I came here. Now he kind of expects it. So I'm going to be back a little bit so you can see because I can't move him back, right? So I come here, and I come with the roundhouse kick right behind everything. So he's coming up, and now he's coming up to block, and I throw that roundhouse kick right behind it, right? So that's another way to expand upon this technique, right? So one more time. The basic one was 1, 2. Then we added this one. And then we basically just went from here into the roundhouse kick. We really don't have to throw a reverse punch on that one. Just throw the roundhouse kick. So it's a good series of combinations that you can use. All right? So here's another technique that you can use sometimes. I'm going to be facing him again. This time I'm going to step in, I'm going to throw a body punch. Right? What I want him to do is to drop down to block it. Right? Or even if he drops one side, but I want him to reach down to block it. I don't care if this one gets in. It's really not to get in, it's really to draw his hands down, right? So I'm going to come here, then I'm going to roll this next punch over the top. So it looks more like this. And I come over the top with it, here, over the top. On this side, it's this way. Notice my stepping. Can you see the stepping from here? So from here, I come in like this, I come in here and I step in this way. So I roll it over the top, right? So I come here, here. And it's pretty fast. So I'll do it from this side. So I come here, here. What happens if, again, I go to attack and he starts to back up, which he might, right? Especially if I've done it once before. He's expecting it, he's expecting to back up. So again, I can't move him, so I'm going to pretend that he steps back. So here I go. I come here, here, I throw my side kick, right? So watch again. So from here, I'm going to shoot in. I'm going to step behind. I'm a little too close. So I step behind, and I throw my side kick right behind him, right? So from this side, it looks like this. And I come in. So now he's expecting I start to come in with this, he's expecting to come high, and I shoot it into his body. Now, there is another technique I could do from that spinning technique that I wanted to show you before. One more. So again, let me go back to that. So we were here, here, and now we did the one with the roundhouse kick. So maybe I've done that a few times. I've come in, right, and he's expecting me to spin into it. So here's what I'm going to do this time. So instead of spinning into it, watch what I do. I come in here, right? So it looks like I'm going to turn when I step up with a side kick. So it looks like this on the guy. So I go here. So watch my upper body as I do this. It's just a little motion, and then I come back with my kick, with my side kick. So these are side thrust kicks. I'm using the heel and driving in with it, right? So, so you basically have a series of things you can do from that spinning back fist, and you can alter it up a little bit. I'm going to give you another little secret technique that I teach sometimes that people don't expect. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with a it's going to be a body punch, but we're going to distract him first. So if I did, I'll face you, if I did this to you, if you saw my hand come up like this, what would you expect? Maybe a shoot though? Or a punch or something from there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up. As I come up, I'm going to step in and I'm going to come right into his body. So it looks like this from here, right? I come up. It's just a distraction, and believe it or not, it works because people see your hand come up, and it brings their eyes up, and you come right in underneath with a body shot. All right. So one more time from here. You come straight in with that, right? So, and you know, a lot of times we don't count, in sparring, we won't count like a jab. But if you notice, that wasn't just a flicking jab, that was strong. That was an actual, like a lunge punch, right, with the forward hand. So that's another technique that we can use. Okay, another little trick. You know, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll come in with a back fist reverse punch, right? A simple 1-2. But a little trick that sometimes it can work is a little distraction technique. And this is what it is. Rather than just come in with the back fist like this and then underneath, when I come in like this. See what I'm doing? I'm opening my hand up and I'm distracting it. And here's where I'm putting it. Now, can you see? Not really, right? So I'm kind of taking his vision away and coming in with that. I'm coming here, right? To try to sort of block his vision a little bit so he doesn't see the second punch coming in. So from the front, it looks like this here. Right in quick. All right. Okay. I think we're good here with the sparring. So, you guys are all know, some of you, some katas, right? Some of you know more than others, but what I'd like you to do is to have somebody film your kata and send it to me as an email, okay? And I will critique it. I'll watch it, and I'll make suggestions to you what needs to be improved upon. All right. So hopefully, when we get back in June, man, we hit the ground running. We set up testing. Everybody's ready to go, and here within a couple of weeks from there, everybody's ready for testing, and we'll go from there. As far as the award spectacular, I don't know. We're going to have to really see what the state allows us to do, and what the school itself will allow us to do. We're still hopefully going to do it. We just have to figure out when and where. Okay? So, thanks everybody. And I will see you guys next time. To escape. Great. And you guys are dismissed. What we're going to be doing is going to be against a lapel grab or a collar grab with a punch. This is just a different type of sucker punch, really. So Chris is going to grab, and he's going to cock his hand. Again, you watch the shoulder, you see what's going on immediately. Now, one of the things that I want to do is, this can happen very, very quickly. It's not going to give me much time to do a lot. So what I need to do is a couple of things. One, I want to try to take my face and head out of harm's way. The best place for that to be is right here, right by Chris's shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to get my head close to his shoulder. At the same time, I'm going to bring this hand up, protecting and trying to stop that punch before it really gets off. So Chris comes in, I'm doing two things. See, I'm dropping down, bringing my head down close to his shoulder, and stopping the attack. Now, if I miss this block, if he comes in again, and I even miss it, I'm late with it, I'm still okay if I get my head down in here, because the punch is going to travel past me. He really can't punch, certainly not with any power, to this part of his body. So he grabs, I duck down and block. Now from here I'm in close. I'm going to use my in-close weapons, which are my elbows and knees. So from here I'm going to come over with an elbow strike into the face, elbow strike on the other side, knee kicks, and knee kicks, and continue until he's unable to continue his attack. So once again, we'll do a little faster. He comes in, he grabs, throw a punch. I'm going to come in from here, bang, 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 knee kick, and then maybe if I wanted to here, finish off with some more elbow techniques. Okay? One more time. He comes in, block, down low, 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, and then finish up here with elbow techniques. So that's our defense against a collar grab punch combination.